Okay, so now at this point, our capillary will be containing carbon dioxide as well as the hormone insulin. Then that is what is given off by cells. So this is given off by cells. Okay, so it is also achieved through diffusion. There is a lot of carbon dioxide as well as insulin that is produced by cells. Now, these two must move from the region of high concentration, which is the body cells, to the region of low concentration, which is inside the bloodstream. And then it is taken away towards the heart once again. Okay, now we also have to understand how the capillary tubes are biologically adapted to achieve this. So if we take our magnifying glass or our microscope here and we zoom in to any of our capillary veins, you will find that the capillary tubes will look like this. So this is how the capillary tube has biologically adapted to be able to perform the functions that we were talking about. Right. So the wall of the capillary tube is 1 cell thick. That's the first thing. So by being 1 cell thick, this really makes it very easy for oxygen and the rest of the dissolved food to be able to be absorbed by the cells. So the dissolved food as well as water will easily be able to move from the region of high concentration, which is in the inlet capillary tubes, to our body cells. On the same note, our carbon dioxide, our cells which are also rich in carbon dioxide and insulin, will be able to easily deposit through diffusion what they give off, which is carbon dioxide and insulin, into the capillary vein. So the capillary vein is the walls of the capillary vein, they are so thin, it's just 1 cell thick, which makes the whole process of diffusion and osmosis very easy. So when you zoom into a capillary vein, it will look like this. Okay, now let us also go on to analyze the other reason why oxygen manages to, because oxygen is one component that is very, very important to our body cells. Now, the walls of our capillaries, the thickness of the walls, they only allow like one red blood cell. They are thick enough to allow 1 red blood cells through at a time. So this forces the red blood cells to pass through the capillary veins in one line. So the red blood cells, when they are passing through the capillary veins, they actually make a single file formation. So by making a single file formation, this boosts the process of diffusion and osmosis. For example, oxygen will have to move from the capillary veins to our body cells through the process of diffusion. So oxygen will easily diffuse from our capillary vein to our body cells because the red blood cells which are containing oxygen, they are in a single file. So they have to squeeze themselves through the capillary vein walls in a single file. And that enhances the process of diffusion. Almost all the oxygen will be able to be extracted from the blood towards our body cells. Okay, so that is one way that really makes capillary veins very efficient. Right. We also need to understand that the veins will also carry away deoxygenated blood, which is high in waste products. Right. So the waste products from cells is carbon dioxide, which we normally will breathe out, as well as insulin. Insulin is a waste product from the cells, but it is a hormone. It is equally important again to be used in some other functions of the body that we are going to discuss about. Right, so that's everything that you need to know about the capillary veins. You also need to know that capillary veins, they cover a very wide surface area in your body. They cover a very wide surface area to such an effect that almost every cell in your body is accessible to a capillary vein. Of course, this is a very magnified diagram of a capillary vein, but in real life, this is a very tiny body part. This is a very tiny sub-branched vessel which has got many branches to ensure that it passes through every body cell, and every body cell is able to benefit from what it needs, and it can also be able to offload what it has produced. So this is how capillary veins are the medium of exchange in our blood.